Hi. So I normally don't make response videos of a response, but if I do, it's mainly because the topic is near and dear to my heart. And bullying is one of those topics that is close to me. In my previous video, I mentioned that I came across this article and video titled "Making a Bus Monitor Cry," and I made a response video to that. But I also recently came across this one particular video. I really don't want to put him on blast, but since he posted it on YouTube, he's technically out there already. So I'm just going to state it. His username is WrestlingJesusYT, and I came across this one particular video and I read scam. So it's making the bus monitor cry scam. So basically what he says is that, and talks about, is that we are all fools, people who are sympathizing with Karen, and we are being scammed by donating her money. And he tells us that Karen is intentionally doing this just to get money. There's a problem with that. First of all, the donations were voluntarily given to her. She didn't create an account asking for donations. It's all because of the kindness of people. And second of all, he's not really looking at the big picture here. It's not about how good or bad the cause is. Something happened and went viral, and which led to people coming together and bonding together as one to show compassion towards this person. That's the big picture. It doesn't matter if this cause is big or not, but it's definitely not a scam. He's looking at it in an entirely different way, which I feel that's wrong. Sorry, I had to change to a different room. My parents were kind of being loud. Okay, so there were a plethora of responses ever since the original Making the Bus Monitor Cry video came out. Everyone's siding with Karen and saying how these kids should be punished. There will be consequences for actions, and yada yada yada. But with this person, with WrestlingJesusYT, the issue I had with him was that he said all these responses, all these reactions were fake. They were all phonies to look good and pretending to look good on the internet. They're just making this stuff up, hiding their own true feelings. And does any of that make sense to you guys? Please tell me if I'm wrong, but does that make sense to you guys? I have nothing against this person personally because I don't know him, and I'm sure he's a good guy. I like to think positive. I just have issues with what he says. It feels like he's just saying whatever comes out of his mouth. He may not agree with everything that's going on, but the fact that he called it a scam and had all these assumptions and statements that he just stated out and blurted out in the video with nothing to back it up, it just doesn't make sense. And not only that, the way he presented himself feels like he's preaching to an audience. So basically, that being said, he's right and everybody else is wrong. And maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. I'll tell you the title of that video. I'll post it in the video description. I'm not gonna bash on him. I'm not gonna leave a link directly to his channel to spam him or whatnot. Don't do that. If you see his video, go watch it. I don't want to bash on people. If I feel like something's wrong, I just like to state it, and I state my opinions on things. There is one thing, however, I do agree with what he said, is that the people who are fighting against bullying, ever since or not ever since, but the very people who are just fighting in general against bullying are, in fact, acting like the bullies themselves. We look at this video and we see these kids, little kids, they're tormenting this innocent lady. And yes, that's wrong. That's bullying. But at the same time, there are people who are leaving comments. For example, this person should burn in hell. Or, go back to Mexico. These people need to speak proper English. These people should die. Go burn in hell, you... whatever bad words. It's like fighting fire with fire. It's not effective, you know? Now, we all know that not everyone will agree with each other. There's always gonna be disagreement between both parties. At the same time, they're doing the exact same thing to people who disagree. You see bullying going on in school. What do? Bully them back? No. That's basically what's happening. And that's the only thing in which I technically agree with him. So what I suggest is just to tone down on the comments. Yes, I agree these kids should be punished, and I'm pretty sure they're already punished, or they're being punished. You don't have to stoop down to their level in order to make a point. Some people do act like hypocrites, and it's not making anything better. I also just want to clarify, if I didn't make it clear in the beginning of the video, that Karen did not expect any of this. A lot of you, or some of you, think that this is all just an act and that Karen did this intentionally to get money. This whole donating thing, it's all voluntarily done. And people are giving them, it doesn't matter, you know, the whole thing, it doesn't really matter what cause we're giving it to. Of course there are causes against rape, against sex trafficking, or cancer, or homelessness, or whatnot. But that's not the point. The point is not whether or not this cause is good. This point is that everyone is coming together as a community to bond as one, to show compassion. And that's, I think, looking at the bigger picture, instead of just focusing on the cause itself. You get what I'm saying? And some of them are saying she's being an e-beggar. They're saying that this is the only way she's going to be happy from this whole situation, and that she's using all this so she can live a good life, and she's taking this situation to her advantage. There's just so many assumptions being said about this whole situation. It seems like everything from their point of view is coming from a negative side instead of focusing on the positives. Anywho, I saw this video by WrestlingJesusYT like a few days ago, but I had a lot of school stuff to take care of, so I didn't have time until now to make a video response. So here's my video response, and hopefully you guys will go check it out, his video, and tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with him? And why do you agree with him or me? Just leave your comments below and leave me your thoughts. Okay? See you guys later.